just passed into the great beyond, and with presence of mind and heart, I stood tall in awe and wonder of the transition. Wherever they might be on this side of the divide, I knew without a doubt that they embodied the golden braid of truth, love, and wisdom with consummate grace and ease. I knew I had to find them, to reunite with them, to commune with them, sooner rather than later. And so I stood in silence, found my still point within, and summoned the requisite peace and love, feeling assured that my surroundings would magically transform to match and manifest the signature vibrations of peace, love, joy, bliss, grace, and ease. And then I stood before a small group, appearing eager to hear what I had to say. I felt called to speak as follows. The sacred masculine principle of truth is embodied as presence, expressing understanding by way of peace, with and through the virtues of humility and tolerance. And while the divine feminine principle of love is embodied as empathy, expressing integrity by way of grace, with and through the virtues of compassion and compersion, the sacred and divine principle of wisdom embodies as experience, expressing gratitude by way of bliss, with and through the virtues of frugality and simplicity. Together, these three principles embody and express what I call the golden braid of truth, love, and wisdom by way of peace, grace, and bliss. It is the masterful embodiment and expression of the golden braid that ends all war everywhere for everyone.
I took her virtual hand, and we appeared on the edge of a virtual cliff, facing away from the virtual abyss below. I turned to face her. "Bring it on," she said softly, with a smile, her eyes sparkling like a fine wine. I gazed at her adoringly. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hand in hand, we leaned back in tandem into the abyss. A sense of exhilaration enveloped us both as the air passed us by in a rush. With eyes closed, we bore witness to the realms. First, the gross physical realm of hands grasping and mouths flapping, and then the subtle astral realm of minds wandering and bodies seeking, and then the causal karmic realm of energetic patterns, ever insistent on shifting and morphing without rest or respite, and then nothing. Well, not exactly nothing. Inside a black void, we were of one mind and felt wholly suspended, which is not to say we were at a standstill and not moving. Our suspension in this featureless space gave new and fresh meaning to the expression, a peace that passeth all understanding. But was this it? Was this our final destination? I had a hunch. Turning my head to face my companion, I whispered, "Let go, let be, let fall." At that, the void disappeared in a flash of white light, one so blindingly obvious that neither of us could think, feel, see, hear, or sense anything at all. Now you might imagine a white light of awareness, but no. This was beyond awareness, with no time and no space, no matter and no energy, no thought and no feeling, no situation, no experience, no phenomenon, no awareness of any kind. In retrospect, it was just, well, absolute. And then we were back on the edge of the cliff, laughing hysterically in spite of ourselves, feeling immensely relieved by the sudden shift.
This is the tale of evolution and ascension for all of humankind. As the light becomes more dense, packing more information per unit of volume, allowing for greater access to the One. And as the light continues to rise in frequency toward peace and harmony, the individual will feel less and less free, And though it's not wholly accurate to say that free will does not exist yet, the freedom to choose either in favor of self at the expense of others, or in favor of others a little more than self, will eventually be extinguished until it is no more. In the meantime, the reward for having already chosen, and chosen well, in service to others, will be bliss, while the consequence of not having already chosen, and chosen well, will be despair. And so, for a time, we will see both sides operating in tandem between old and new, until such time that the latter prevails, and the former fades away. In the kind time, one would do well to follow your bliss. As the character yields to the player, and the player to the programmer, and then to the witness, peace and harmony shall at last prevail.